Hello friends and fellow gamers, MKxJUMP here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the quiz answers for this week's quiz event, and of course we'll be taking a look at the event itself as well. So if you want all the answers, do stay tuned for that, and of course we're going to break down the event, tell you what's good value, tell you what isn't, and free-to-play players, you get a lot of good stuff. Spenders, if you're willing to go for some interesting rewards that you normally wouldn't consider, then this could potentially be a great event for you, and yeah, it's a little bit for everybody. Now before we go ahead and check out this event, let me give a shout out to Patreon, folks that decide to back me financially, get rewards through the Patreon system, which allows them to get account reviews as one of the many rewards you can enjoy. As well, you get a shout out. So huge little shout out to the people that have backed me in the last week. Thank you very much to Twin Gamer, to Stephen Crane, Cyan Kier. Thank you very much, you three. It's absolutely fantastic. And if you want to be like them, you can find a link up there in the top corner of the screen to support the content I make. Folks, let's go ahead and check out this week's event for Idle Heroes. Every day for logging in, we're going to get ourselves 5 sweet lollipops and a profit orb. This is exceptionally standard for a profit orb and Fantasy Factory event, so make sure you're logging in and collecting those rewards to maximize your progress this week. In addition, if you take a look, the Idler Sweet House is coming to an end, so if you haven't already, go ahead and cash in your rewards. What I'm going to do here is actually cash in my rewards to hopefully get ourselves something good. So if I go ahead and put 26 in, we get a nice round number of 350. I'm going to put in another 250, which will take us up to 3,600, and that's going to be enough for a mysterious chest. Don't worry if you can't do that. Another good thing for early players will be the Glory Epic Hero Selection chest, which could be the copies of Carry you need to be a tenant for your LOEs. Maybe you're after Drake copies. Maybe you're looking for that first hero to do your Light Seal, and if you are, I wouldn't recommend grabbing them from this chest. You'll eventually get 9 copies of someone at some point. There's no point bending over backwards using these chests when they could be used for other heroes. Anyway, you can also grab Star Spawn materials if you need them, and if you've got anything left over, don't be afraid to use it on Heroic Summon Scrolls, Profit Orbs, maybe you want some skins for legendary skins, and the usual residual stuff should get spent on gold and spirit. Don't get super wishing coins, they're not very good. Moving on, we have the Soul Awakening season. This is coming to an end, so now we have a 3-day grace period where we pretty much sit around and just see how everybody managed to do. So you can look at the leaderboard. Jesus outshone everybody and did exceptionally well, and I say well, he spent a ton of money. It's not really a congratulations, it's more of a congratulations, you have a giant ding-dong? I don't know. It's a very unusual system, but expect to see it again considering just how much money it's made DHGames. So yeah, this is not the last time we will have seen this kind of event. The value packages for this week are exceptionally standard. It's lollipops, profit orbs, and gems as you would expect, and you can purchase them for starry gems as well if you wanted. And the Lollipop Factory also comes with its own fancy package for $100, which has 10,000 gems, 35 profit orbs, 35 sweet lollipops, and also the cannon, which gives you lollipop privilege. This is a very standard package. It also doubles your rewards for honey stars, and yeah, it's just your normal stuff for Fantasy Factory, where if you go in here, it doubles the number of stars you get. So make sure you're being optimal here to maximize your progress through this event. You want to try and clear these with using as few of these tiles as possible. So I recommend coming in from one side and going in towards the center and then across, or if you're struggling, you can go in from 2 separate sides and try and close it down. The problem is if you go ahead and do something like this, you'll cut off into 2 separate islands, and that can be a lot harder to deal with. So just approach it intelligently and you should be okay. So in this particular circumstance, I would like to do this, because then it will add that to there, and then this will go into here, and you can see how I'm already beginning to cut my way through and make progress through the event. Watch out in situations like we are in right now, because if I went ahead and bought this, if I went here, I would isolate these 2 pieces, which is not good. So a better place to go and put this piece would actually be up there in this corner, because it just gets it out the way and keeps that idea of closing in into one larger shape. Now the exchange store does allow you to go ahead and cash things in. A lot of people choose to stick to the right hand side where things are cheaper. You might say, hang on a second, Aurora stars are more expensive. Yes, they are, but of course you can spend them in future events, so stockpiling them is very good to eventually be able to get the Mysterious Artifact Selection chest for free. That's especially important if you're a free-to-play player. You can also buy more lollipops using gems, but don't forget you can get them from the Heroic Miracle as well by completing this. So Heroic Miracle needs you to get 3 5-star light heroes, 3 5-star darks, and 5 in Forest, Abyss, Fortress, and Shadow. You can get that through fusing, you can get that from your bag just through shards. So if you're new to the game, it's often recommended that you should save heroes in their shard form until you need them. So in this case, I could go ahead and pull this Elite Light hero. I get myself a Russell. I've got these Elite heroes here. I can pull them out. It's going to be a flaw. My bag space is full, so I'm going to have to sort that out because you can't pull into a full bag, obviously. But the idea is that even just pulling heroes from the bag is going to provide progress towards Heroic Miracle. Another key place people like to do Heroic Miracle is using their cores. You don't have to use your cores immediately when you get them, so it's actually a chosen thing to go ahead and just cash them in during Heroic Miracle, and that saves you from having to use Prophet Orbs, which is the other part of this event. So if you take a look, this Prophet Orb event will give you rewards. At level 10, you just get some 4 stars, 20 gets you a Fortress hero, 30 gets you a Shadow hero, you get your usual Light and Dark heroes for 40 and 50, along with soul symbols, which can help you fix up your account if you make mistakes, or if you want to go ahead and move it in a different direction. 60 gets you a copy of Jara and Cause of Transcendence, and if you use 80 Prophet Orbs, you'll get yourself MKxJUMP and 15 Glorious Relics. You can then go back to the start, reset this, and go through up to 8 times. So that's 8 by 80, that's 640 Prophet Orbs. Is there a reason to do that? Well, this event, not really, because the only reward you're getting is from the Summer Melody, and that's down to you whether this is value. Every 200 points you get from here is going to unlock you one of these chests. And when you get one of these chests, you can go ahead and open it and claim all the rewards. Now, let me stress, it says chance, but it's not really a chance. It's guaranteed. As you can see, unused chances will be converted into chests at the end of the event. So you're just guaranteed to get them. If it is a percentage chance, it's just stupid. Why on earth would they do that? No, it's pretty much guaranteed. You open the chest. Here you go. There's your rewards. So you'll get yourself a Transcendence copy chest, which is all the 6 original Transcendence heroes. You'll get yourself 2 cores of Transcendence, 10k Spirit Essence, which is actually fantastic for progressing your heroes in the tree. You get 30k Stellar Shards, which is actually not that much, and you get 30 Master's Toolboxes, which is great for free-to-play players, but unfortunately to get tons of rewards from this, you have to go and buy the package, which is the Lollipop Factory package. It gives you triple rewards for this, so when you would only get 1 bonus, you actually get 3. So getting to 200 actually gets you to 600, which means you get 3 times as many chests, which is really, really nice because it means you're going to get yourself a ton of Master's Toolboxes, but spenders already have a load of them. However, if you're a new spender to the game, this is a great way to get yourself a ton of resources, but established spenders will probably be skeptical as to the progress you can get from this. However, the spiritual lessons may push you over the edge. Do be warned, there's no Core of Origin here, there's no artifacts here, there's no sublimation materials, so you don't actually get anything that a lot of people are really heavily spending to grab, and for $100, it's difficult to justify whether you even want this. There's no skin. By buying this, I guess you do get an artifact, because it's going to double your honey stars as well, so that's going to help you progress through the Fantasy Factory, which eventually will, of course, get you the mysterious artifact selection chest you see right here. So there is an argument that $100 could be worth it when you add all those things together, but I think there's better ways you can spend your money. And with holiday season coming very close, actually. We've got the Mid-Autumn Festival coming up, then we've got Halloween, then we've got Black Friday, we've got Christmas, we've got Chinese New Year. All of these things are coming, and actually, they're coming closer than you think, because if you go take a look at next week's event, it's Heroic Summons, which may take a lot of you by surprise, thinking, whoa, Heroic Summons already? Yeah, that's right. The reason they're doing this is to put Heroic Summons into the end of the month rather than the start of the month by bringing it in a week early, and that will then throw it so that Halloween, Black Friday, all these big events will land with Heroic Summons. So this is the event that will line up with that, and we'll also get ourselves a Transcendence hero, which will be Azrael Transcended. A lot of people excited about that because he's an assassin, and that could potentially synergize amazingly with Rogan and potentially be pretty game-breaking. However, considering that Void Campaign doesn't allow you to use Rogan or Drake, there is an argument that it might not be as good as people are hoping for, but of course, we'll have to wait and see when he gets released. The final thing that you need to worry about this event is the Lutz Summer Trip. So this is a quiz where you go ahead and answer questions and get rewards, and the rewards are brilliant. Beijing is giving us Heroic Summon Scrolls for every correct answer. Chengdu is giving us 350 gems for every correct answer. Shanghai is giving us 2 Prophet Orbs for every correct answer. And Hong Kong is giving us a 5-star hero, which will actually help you with Heroic Miracle. Bonus rewards include 3 Cores of Transcendence for answering correctly Beijing. Chengdu will get you 30 Glorious Relics. If you go ahead and look at Shanghai, you'll get yourself Orange Artifact Fragments. And if you go ahead and complete Hong Kong as well, you'll get yourself a 6-star Puppet Selection Chest. So just do all of these. I'll talk you through the answers in a second, but that's once we've truly evaluated whether you should be going in the Summer Melody. So you have to do 200 Prophet Orbs to get to 200 points here. That's not worth it straight up. You should be saving these for artifacts typically, so I would say a big no-no to that. However, consuming your honey stars will just naturally push you to a point where you've probably used 450 honey stars, and there may be a temptation at that point to use a few Prophet Orbs just to take you up to 200 so that you can go ahead and get yourself the Summer Melodic chest. And I say 450 honey stars because you only get 1 point for every 3, so it's 150 points, and 50 Prophet Orbs on top of that, of course, will get you this. So yeah, I'd say probably just go normally through the Fantasy Factory, use some Prophet Orbs, get this chest once. It might be nice to grab the Master's Toolboxes as a free-to-play player, and all these resources aren't something to be disappointed by. Generally, though, if you are planning on spending, there is the argument you're not really getting as much as you'd like, and don't go too heavy on Prophet Orbs, because with holiday season coming, it's likely we'll hit Prophet Orb events that give us far better rewards. Anyway, let's answer some questions. So, Beijing. In the ancient Beijing, where did Lutz have to defend against intruders? The answer is the Great Wall. What is Beijing's most representative local opera? It is the Beijing Opera. Which of the following is the last place Lutz wants to visit when he travels? The answer is the Realms Gate. Which city is an important cultural center in northern China? The answer is Beijing. It's where we are right now. In which royal palace did Xia Hu once work as a guard? The answer is the Palace Museum. It leans against the wall when no one uses it, and the witch loves to ride on it. What is it? It is not D's nuts, it is a broom. So let's move on to the next one. Chengdu. Which of these cities is Xia Hu's hometown? Well, the answer, it's Chengdu. It's where we are. It's not Amsterdam, don't be fooled. And how many bases around Chengdu can you reach in Xia Hu's community? The answer is 3. Which food does Xia Hu dislike? Funnily enough, it's referring to food heroes, not food itself. The answer is Lutz. Is Xia Hu a feline or a bear? Now, I don't like this question because it gives you 4 options, so I think it's a really stupid question because you can instantly eliminate the bottom 2. The answer is bear, though, so let's go ahead and answer it. And what is the most unique handcrafted item in Xia Hu's hometown? The answer is Sichuan embroidery. And finally, I hate this question. It triggers me. Which can be found at the bottom of the Pacific Ocean? It's not water. It's not fish. It's not treasures. All of those things you actually probably can find at the bottom of the Pacific Ocean. I don't know whether DHGames are trying to have a sense of humor or connect with their Western audience, but for some reason they've decided the answer is SpongeBob SquarePants. They have no copyright over this. I'm aware that there aren't really copyright laws in China, but there are in the West, and I'm just surprised they do crap like this. But there you go. Happy days. Disappointing answer. Shanghai. Xia likes to go to Shanghai Tower to overlook the whole city. How tall is the tower? It is 632 meters tall. Which place is Xia's least favorite one to visit? The answer, the Seoul Temple. Which local cuisine is Xia's favorite? The answer, pan-fried dumplings. Which is Xia's favorite Xinjiang-style classical garden? It's the Yu Garden, not the Mi Garden. Which food below is not a fruit? Okay, sorry. The answer to this question is none of the above. Tomato is a fruit, right? And I don't care if you're a frickin' fruitcake who wants to go, well, in the culinary world, there is an argument that you could call it a vegetable. I don't care. Botanically speaking, a tomato is a fruit. It grows from a flower. It contains seeds. It is a nutritious pocket of nutrients and energy from which a plant can grow. That is how fruits work. Yet for some reason, DHGames are being total square-brained and are making the argument that it is not a fruit. Tomatoes are a fruit, chat. Tomatoes are a fruit. But for some reason, it's the right answer. The same company who rinsed their whales for tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars last week, think that tomatoes are a fruit. And that SpongeBob SquarePants lives at the bottom of the Pacific Ocean. What does Lutz usually do at home on weekends? The answer is all of the below. I know it says all of the above, but that's the first answer. So it's all of the following. Just going to be that guy. And there we go. Let's go to Hong Kong real quick and just get these answers over and done with. What sport is Lutz keen to see on the weekend? Horse racing. Which is the food routine that Lutz likes to enjoy in Hong Kong? The answer is he likes to get dim sum. What is the local language of Hong Kong? The answer is Cantonese. Which street on Hong Kong do you need to go to if you want to visit the statue of the famous Bruce Lee? The answer is the Avenue of Stars. Where is the most popular bar that Lutz frequents on weekends located? The answer is Lan Kwai Fong. And when does Cinderella need to go home so that she won't change back into her old clothes? Because you know that one time that a fairy godmother cast a spell on her. She had to be home by midnight. I don't know what DHGames are thinking when they add in these kind of questions. Because it's not to do with Idle Heroes, and 50% of their player base are aged 18 to 25. So, yeah. But either way, congratulations. If you answer all those questions, you'll get yourself a 6-star orange equipment chest, which is fantastic for new players, and 100k Stellar Shards, which you can use when you get an E5. Fabulous stuff. Those questions will never have to haunt your brain cells again. Tomato is a fruit. Forget what DHGames says. I'll see you next time, folks. Don't forget to subscribe. Tomato is a fruit, and don't forget, tomato is a fruit. Happy idling!